Hello, hello, hello. This is your boy, Irony Boxing. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, with this our 51st live. I hope you're all having a great day, afternoon, evening, whatever the case may be. Um, God bless every single one of you. So good to be back. So good to be back. Um, So we're going to talk about this thing called boxing. Uh, see, first and foremost, let's do as we start and finish every single live stream here in Irony Boxing, and that's with the Lord's Prayer. In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Thank you, God, for everything. Yes. Okay. Whew. My goodness. Let's see. What do we have? You know, I haven't seen any of the fights of the weekend. I mean, I know what happened. I didn't even see my boy Jai Patai. Can you believe that? Man, I'm still trying to forgive myself for that. I didn't see Lamont Roach versus Pitbull Cruz. I didn't see freaking Fulton versus Shaki. I didn't see the UFC either. Man, I'm way behind. Oh, and Trout versus Palomino on BKFC. Didn't see that one either. So it was a buffet of combat the weekend, and I missed it. Yeah, unfortunately. But I am going to catch up with that. You better believe it. We are good. We are back, and we're ready to go. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Let's start with some news, shall we? Let's start with some news. Let's see what do we have here. I also didn't see the Shabazz Masood versus Peter McGrail. Um, let's see what let's see what we got coming up, shall we? First and foremost, let's see what we got coming up this weekend. Boxing schedule.com with a dash in between the two words. Let's see what we have here. Imam Katai versus Danes. That's in Canada. I wonder if Ryan's going to be at that fight. We got Kubrat Pulev versus Murat Gassiev. Of course, we have Diego Pacheco versus Lely Sacho over in California. That's going to be in the zone. Flores Jr. versus my boy Joe Cordina. Okay. We got Tito Mercado versus Antonio Moran as well in that card. And yes, there's the one that I missed. Badu Jack versus Noel. Oh shit, that's on the 18. I'm sorry. I'm, I'm, I'm crazy now. I'm sorry. Yeah, we got Pula versus Gassiev. Oh shoot. You see? That's the problem. Um, wow, how about Nonito Donaire, man? How about that? Versus Seiya Sutsumi, man. Oh, lion. I'm definitely going to be live for that fight, okay? I can guarantee you that. What is the 17th? What day is it? Wednesday of next week. Oh, okay. So you can book it. I will be live. And oh shit, Team Siu's return also. Dang. Did it have to be against the Puerto Rican Team Siu? Was that necessary, Mr. Sue? Just asking. Um, oh boy. Okay, so it's looking good, isn't it? All right. Let's see. So, I mean, let's see what we have on the news. Errol Spence believes Isaac Cruz edged out Lamont Roach fight. Do you guys agree? Let me know if you guys agree. Okay. Um, haven't even seen the fight, so I can't say. Sergio. Diego Pacheco expects Sergio's crazy style will lead to first knockout of 2025. Okay, yeah, because he fought Steven Nelson. I think that was in January or February, one of the two, and he fought Trevor McCombie in the middle of the year. So now he's fighting for third time, but both were decisions. The Steven so-called Nelson fight was close, in my opinion. I had Nelson winning a bunch of rounds in that fight. But Diego Pacheco won, and he won very comfortably against Trevor McCombie. I was expecting way more from Trevor McCombie, but it did not happen. So um, Diego Pacheco is not impressed by Kevin Lelesaggio's list of conquests. Pacheco considers Saggio's knockout ratio deceiving, however, because he's beaten low-level opposition, particularly for a 35-year-old fighter who has held the EBU super middleweight title. European boxing, European Boxing Union, maybe something like that. 10 of the first 11 fighters, Saggio, who is 26-0 with 23 knockouts, defeated had losing records. Okay, 10 of the first 11 fighters in 26 fights. That's like 40%. Okay. Three of his five most recent victories came against opponents who had at least 9 losses. Damn. Three of his five, three of his five most recent victories. Okay, okay. So it's not no longer like the first 11 fights or first 10 fights or whatever. Um, Pacheco, 24 years old, will be the first undefeated fighter Saggio will face. Oh, okay. That's an interesting news. Also, Saggio's 35 years old and never faced an undefeated fight. I mean, it's not a requirement, but okay, we'll see. When they square off Saturday night with a 12-round main event, the song will stream from Adventist Health Arena in Stockton, California, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be live for that one. I'm not gonna be live on the first fight because I'm working, but I will be live. Sergio's lack of experience against credible contenders notwithstanding, Pacheco expects him to come to fight much more than Trevor McCombie did July 19th exactly. Hopefully he does, for sure. Pacheco barely lost a round in defeating a reluctant McCombie by unanimous decision, 121 weight, 119, 109, and the same score on the cards. I think Kevin Lelesaggio will really come to win, really come throwing punches, and that's what's going to open him up to be able to get a knockout. Pacheco told the ring. I do believe that Saggio is more of a crazy fighter than McCombie, where he's not thinking too much about what he can run into, and he's just coming forward. Okay, okay, let's have it. Continuing quote, he's a fighter who fights on a downhill, so I expect him to just keep coming forward. And honestly, I have a surprise for him. I think he's going to see a completely different Diego Pacheco this fight, one that they're not expecting for sure. Hopefully, man, because I'm not sold yet. I gotta give it to you on the activity, man. You're one of the most active fighters in the division. Okay, you are about to fight for the third time this year. Okay, okay. Um, he's 24-0 with 18 knockouts. WBO third-rated contender for Terence Crawford's title. Saggio, who has resided and trained in France for many years, is ranked 8th by WBO, though Pacheco isn't quite sure how. Um, quote, when I first took a look at his box rec, I was a little surprised a guy his age was still fighting that level of competition, Pacheco said. It'll be a big step up for him. It's a bigger step up for him than it is for me, considering the guys I fought recently. But obviously, I'm not looking past him or taking him lightly at all. He's a good fighter with a lot of power and a lot of knockouts. But I do notice that he's knocking out the guys who are standing right in front of him, and we all know that I don't stand in front of anybody. Um, okay. Let's see. I box and I use my jab very well. You do use your jab very well. I gotta give it to you there. You do have an interesting jab, in my opinion, and that's what I plan on doing this fight as well. An inability for various reasons to land the types of fights he wants has frustrated Pacheco, yes. ranked fifth in the ring's top 10. Okay, so in the ring, he's ranked fifth. Okay. He hopes, however, to punctuate 2025 by producing an impressive knockout after going the 12 round distance with Macombi, who's 28 and 2 with 21 KOs. The other loss was Caleb Plant and Steven Sopor Nelson, 20 and 2 with 16 KOs in two fights this year. Okay, okay. Let's have it, brother. Let's have it. Let's see if we're gonna see a different Pacheco, man. Let's see about we'll see about that. Okay. I hope we do. Make me a believer. I mean, listen, the record is there, the activity is there. I just, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I gotta see you against somebody that um, I haven't seen you really like that uncomfortable. You know, it happened for a while against Steven Soko Nelson. Okay, but I need to see you react to uncomfortable positions, you know. So he's ranked number five. Diego Pacheco is at 168, right? Obviously, Terence Crawford. We have number one, Saul Caleno Alvarez. We have number two, Osleis Iglesias, my guy right there, Osleis Iglesias. That's my dude in the division, okay? Number three, Christian and Billy. Number four, Lester Martinez. And number five, Pacheco. So we got Canelo, Iglesias, and Billy and Lester ahead of Diego Pacheco. I'm not mad at that at all. Number six, Jose Armando Resendiz. Number seven, Caleb Plant. Number eight, Hamza Shira. Hamza Shira should be way higher, in my opinion. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see about that because Jose Armando Resendiz has a much better name on his resume than Hamza Shiras does, without a doubt. Number nine, Bruno Suras, and number 10, William Chacon. Yeah, yeah, seems pretty good to me. I don't know who's being left out. Let's see. They're leaving out Gia, rightfully so. They're leaving out who else? 68, Jamal Charlo. I mean, you gotta get active. Um, mm, it's not so bad the ranking. I don't mind it. I think Hamza Shira should be ahead of Caleb Plant, but you know, no biggie, no biggie, not at all. Okay, so um, okay, what else we got? Team Benavides blasts Russian. Team Benavides blasts quote Russian Canelo be unquote Bevo says Beterbiev would get stopped. Ooh. Well, let's pump the fucking brakes here, shall we? Benavides team, let's pump the brakes here, if you don't mind my saying so. Because to be honest with you, I don't see it that way. Now, I'm talking about what you said about Beterbiev. Now, it could happen, but I don't think so. I think it's the other way around, actually. But okay, I mean, you got to say it. You got to get behind your man, bro. That's how we operate, the real ones. Let's see. Team Benavides blast Russian Canelo Bivol says Beterbiev would get stopped. David Benavides has been paving his own path in recent years after failing to reel in quote the big one. Following his stoppage win against Anthony Yard last month, Benavides announced that he's moving on to May's second matchup against WBA and WBO cruiserweight champion Gilberto Silva Ramirez. See that's when I get it pisses me off. This is when it pisses me off because fellas, what are we gonna do with Jao Petaya, fellas? What are we gonna do? My guy, my favorite fighter right now, is Jao Petaya. Just to be clear, okay, the guy on my avatar right there. But how does David Benavides gets a shot at two cruiserweight belts and not Jao Petaya? Come on, guys. I'm not upset about the fight itself. I'm upset about the fact that Zurdo is running away from a Petaya like the plague. Benavides 31 0 with 25 KOs carries the WBC light heavyweight crown because Dimitri Bivol moved away from him as a mandatory challenger while in pursuit of a trilogy bout that never came to be against Arthur Beterbiev. Benavides has experienced similar evasiveness from Canelo Alvarez, who made it a point that he's not entirely interested in fighting him. Yep, one of the greatest dogs of all time. The series of developments has frustrated Benavides and his team. Um, I feel you. But listen, you got to get some closure on Vivo Beterbiev, guys. Like, seriously. This is my opinion. That's not a dog. The other guy is a different story. But Vivo and Benavides is not a dog. It's not a dog. Quote, after waiting so long for Canelo, only to have him avoid us at all costs. This is a quote, okay? David will wait for no one ever again. Benavides promoter Samson Lekowicz said in a press release. I mean, but there's a point to what Bebo is doing, okay? There's a point to it. Because Beterbiev ain't getting any younger. And if the trilogy is gonna happen, it's now. Now, if the trilogy for whatever reason doesn't happen, then I'm gonna have a big ass problem with Bebo in that regard, you know. But okay, let's continue. Quote, we offered Vivo 8 million to face David last year and we chose to vacate the WBC title a day before a scheduled first bid rather than face him. But Turvey is coming off a loss against Vivo in February, so other than money, he brings nothing to the table. Besides, David wanted the winner of the rematch, not the loser. David will stop the Turvey. No, he won't. I don't think so. Can he do that? Yes, he can. Listen, David Benavides has earned enough respect in my book to believe that he can win against anybody. And when I say anybody, I do mean anybody. Okay. Quote, no doubt in my mind that he has already dropped Bebo with headgear and big gloves in sparring. David is the best pound for pound fighter in the world, but he won't talk about it. He will show it, fight after fight. Bebo, 24-1 with 12 KOs, has been sidelined with back surgery over the second half of 2025. Matchroom Boxing head Eddie Hearn has alluded that Bebo should be healthy enough to return in the first quarter of 2026, and it's believed that Beterbiev would be the opponent. Right, exactly. So if the trilogy does happen, you can't say that he dogged you, bro. Like, he's 1-1 against this guy. You know what do you want? Beter- Beterbiev 21-1 with 20 KOs was supposed to stay busy with a fight against Dion Nicholson in the Benavides Yard undercard, but the bout was scrapped 6 weeks before. Yep, it was canceled. I remember that. Um, the quote: the WBA has guaranteed us that David is the mandatory for the Bevo the 30th winner. Lekowicz continued. Bevo would have to act like a Russian Canelo and vacate another title to avoid facing the David. He, he doesn't want to fight because he knows when they sparred, David put a beating on and dropped him. He has zero chance of beating David. That I promise you. He has no power to keep David off him, and he will take a brutal beating. Mm, we'll see, buddy. Is David capable of beating Bevo? Yes, he is. Okay, I want to be clear. Um, let's see. Claressa Shields versus Franchon Cruz, the Zern rematch set for February 22. Okay. Um, they will meet in a rematch 10 years in the making on February 22 at the Little Caesars Arena in Detroit on the Zone. It was announced on Tuesday. Shields is 17-0 with 3 KOs, and Cruz the Zern is 10-2 with 2 KOs. First fought as debutants in November 2016, and it was Shields who emerged with unanimous decision win in the 4-round bout. The stakes will be much higher in the sequel, as Shields will defend her undisputed heavyweight crown for a second time. Yeah, the first one I think was versus Perkins, maybe. I think. Um, okay. Caroline Dubois signs with MVP, defends WBC title on December 19. Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua card. Awesome. That's Daniel Dubois' assistant right there. Okay, so what else we got? Let's drop in the link just in case anybody wants to chop it up or chop me up. I'm looking to get educated on the fights. If anybody want to do it, by all means. Or I mean, I'm watching anyway. I should. You know what? Speaking of, well, actually, no. I'll do this later. Let's see. The ring. Joke. Maxi Hughes previews Backdoor Usmanov fight, keen to pressure WBA for title shot. Okay. Maxi Hughes feels like he's going over all ground this weekend. Excuse me. But the 35-year-old Yorkshire man couldn't be happier about it. On December 12th, Hughes, who's 29-7-2 with 6 KOs, will box Tajikistan's undefeated Bakhador Usmanov, 11-0 with 5 KOs at the duty-free tennis stadium in Dubai. Awesome. Let's see if we can catch that one. Yeah. Joe Cordina, my boy, says here, Joe Cordina now looking to secure family future in final stage of his career. Okay. Former IBF junior lightweight title holder Joe Cordina will take the next step in his quest to become a two-weight world champion when he faces Gabriel Flores Jr. Yep. This is when was this thing? Was it this Saturday? No, next one. Yeah, that's on the Pacheco and the Sancho card. I think that's the co-main, but we'll see. Okay. The Welshman isn't unduly concerned about fighting on the road against an opponent who is revitalized and on a six-fight win streak. That could give him a little bit of confidence, but they're nowhere near the level I've been at or as good as me. Cordina, 18-1 with 9 KOs. That one loss was against Anthony Kakache. Controlled the ring. When the first punch is thrown, he'll soon realize it's different caliber in there with him. Okay? You could say the same about me, but I've been at the level he's lost at. And I've been there a long time. We'll see on the night. Okay? Okay. Definitely see. I'm pulling for you, buddy. You already know. Okay. Shakur Stevenson says Teofimo Lopez is bad style. Teofimo Lopez is bad style matchups for me, and vice versa. Um, Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez will headline the Ring 6 on January 31st at the Madison Square Garden in New York. Press conference is scheduled for Wednesday, and before the promotional tour kicks off, Stevenson, just like Lopez, joined inside the ring to discuss their much anticipated matchup. Um, Quote, I thought Teo looked good in his last fight. I didn't. Against Arnold Barbosa, he was on point, Stevenson said of Lopez' unanimous points winning night. Once I saw how on point he was, it made me get up for the challenge. I reached out to the people I needed to and made this fight happen. Stevenson's 24-0 with 11 KOs is the WBC lightweight champion, the ring's number one rated fighter at 135 pounds and the number 8 fighter pound for pound in the world. Stevenson moved up to 140 pounds to challenge Lopez, who's 22-1 with 13 KOs. The ring and WBO junior welterweight champion. We're both, quote, we're both bad styles for each other, Stevenson said. He's not going to win coming forward. He's going to try and sit back and bring me to him. That style is something he's going to try and to make me do. Something out of the ordinary than what I am used to doing. I do the same thing. Yeah. Yeah, I mean this fight, I feel like this fight is going to be either awesome or a big bummer. I don't think there's a gray area here, you know. It's either going to be a 10 or a 0, you know? Um, we will see, and I will definitely tune in for that one. Undercar set for Suriel Matias Dalton Smith on January 10. Okay, let's see what it is. In the let's see. In the co-main event, co-feature, Fringe Junior welterweight Alfredo Ojo Santiago from Dominican Republic, fellas. Shout out to Dominican Republic, the DR. Alfredo Ojo Santiago, 17-2 with 8 KOs, will face unbeaten Henry Cedeño, 16-0 with 12 KOs in the scheduled 10-round contest, with two WBO regional belts on the line. Two-time IBF bantamweight titleist Emmanuel Rodriguez. I think he lost to Naoya anyway, right? Emmanuel Rodriguez, 22-3 with 13 KOs, will also snap 20 months of inactivity when the former champion returns against Fernando Diaz, 16-6 with one draw and 6 KOs in a 10-round scheduled bantamweight fight. Elsewhere in a meeting of former junior Walter, I'm sorry. Elsewhere in a meeting of former junior bantamweight title challengers, Javier Cintron, he's from around here. He's from I think Bayamon. Javier Cintron, 13-1 with 6 KOs, will face Jonathan Rodriguez, 25-2 with one draw, 17 KOs over 10 rounds. Nestor Bravo will pay. Excuse me. Nestor Bravo, 23-1 with 16 KOs, will face Pedro Campa, 37-4 with one draw, 25 KOs in a 10-round junior welterweight bout as well. Rounding out the show, unbeaten featherweight Keith Tsunami Colon, 8-0 with 8 KOs, faces Alberto Guevara, 28-8 with 13 KOs. And Jahan Seb Rizwan, 1-0, 1 KO, will take on an opponent to be determined. Okay, that's what, 31st January? There's a couple of cars that day, right? I think there's, oh, no, that's January 10. I'm sorry, yeah, January 10. January 31st is Sandra. Let's see, what else do we have here? Let me show you let me show you guys. Yeah, let me start showing stuff. Shall we? One moment. I'm gonna show my boy. Hussein Carlos, 4 years, so I didn't even know. I did not even know that. Oh, check out this KO, fellas. Uh, this was horrible to watch. Give Jairo Petaya his shot at Zurdo Ramirez, fellas. Don't be a crapper, okay? Don't be a crapper. Um, okay, you see this? Yeah. Wow, fellas, that's two knockout of the years nominations for Jao Petaya. Okay, two knockout nominations for Jao Petaya, guys. The David Nika knockout and the Hussein Sin Cara knockout. So you're looking at boxing's boogeyman. Okay, Jao Petaya is officially boxing's boogeyman. Okay. Okay. Um, let's see. And not for nothing, Hussein Sin Cara had some success, right? I saw over there that he got a little rocked in the second round, whatever the case may be. But I definitely got to catch up with these fights. Definitely. Yep. Let's look ahead here, shall we? Kubrat Pulev versus Murad Gassiev. Uh, I don't know. What do you guys think? Um, I I don't know. I don't know. I do like Murad Gassiev. I do recommend always his fight versus Junior Dorticos. Okay, watch this fight, guys. I'm gonna put it on the chat. You guys, if you haven't seen that fight, please watch that fight. Okay. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm not calling any fights today. There's nothing going on, right? So let me take a look at. Continue seeing that video. Still right there. Wow, it says here Hussein Sinkar in serious condition in hospital after knockout from Jayapataya hemorrhage and fracture. Goodness. Um, let's hope to God that he returns good. That's a 40-year-old man, not for nothing. You know. Um, so David Benavides is going to fight Gilberto Sudo Ramirez. What do I think about that? I mean, I don't think it's a good move. I don't think it's a good move for David Benavides. I think he should wait. He should wait for Bivol and Beterbiev. That's gonna happen. Just I know it's easy for me to say to just wait, right? But like you're jumping from 175 all the way up to 200. Like I mean, and after that, you got two fights at that division. I think you're gonna get murked by Jaya Petaya, and this is with all due respect, okay? This is a wrong time to be fighting Jaya Petaya, guys. This is the wrong time. And listen, he's got some names in his resume, okay? Yeah, freaking Maris Breedis. I know that's not the Maris Breedis that Usyk got. I know that, but he's still a tough motherfucker. Okay, he gave him a fractured jaw. He fractured Jaya Petaya's jaw in both places, guys. Seriously. Okay. Um, let me see if I can show you guys this. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm looking for something here. Yes, here. Oh, that's oh yeah, that's it. What 1 second. Okay. This guy was yes. Yeah, I need to share this with you guys. Okay, I have to. Let me put the 1 second. 1 second. Let me put the copyright thingy here. Hmm, okay, and show this. Okay, okay. Now let's share screen. Please listen to this. I'm not monetized. This is educational purposes only. Okay, please. All rights go to the channel name. Okay. which is Bula Brass. This is an unbelievable video, guys. Please watch this.
What else are you gonna do? Go around and tell the story of how you broke your jaw and could have been a world champion? Or you just bite down on your mouth guard and try your best?
Mate, how do you fight that pain?
I don't know. Life, huh? You know, what's a bit of physical pain compared to all the emotional pain that life puts you through? So
imagine a mindset where you are willing to put your life on the line literally. That is the energy Jai Opataya carries into a boxing ring. We tried to understand where he gets that from.
oh, it's just, I don't know any other way. I don't know anything else. You know, boxing's my life, so, you know, we've got to fight till they carry me out of there. You know, we just got to keep pushing. You know, people say like it's crazy, but it's like, I don't know, like say if you're raised on a farm, you know, and you got one hand on a farm or something. You only know the farm life. You know, you're only gonna keep going to the farm and make it work for yourself. You know, so this is my life. This is the only thing I know what to do and how to do. So I just got to stay on and keep pushing to the last bell. Man, I come from a family of athletes. You know, like the Opataya bloodline is just all athletes. You know, there's so many, and my mates. You know, I've grown up with a lot of athletes, and being an athlete myself, you know, I've seen so many athletes. You know, my best mates and my close friends or my cousins, or you know, they're all those. You know, they're people that could have made it. You know, they're
Look at Lula size, bro. That's the eye of the tiger right there. Okay? That, oh my God.
people that could have made it to that world class. They could have been athletes that pay to that lavish lifestyle and that stuff like that, you know. But instead, bro, they tell me of all the things that went wrong, and they tell me stories like, oh, you know, if I just would have done this, or you know, and I can see it in their eyes that it hurts them. You know, they wish they tried harder. They wish they you know, dug a bit deeper, or
Listen to this, fellas.
kept pushing through that injury, or you know, they come back from those broken jaws, and you know, they let those things, they make or break situations, you know. So I use them as fuel, you know. Those guys that tell me those stories, or that feeling of, you know, I don't want to have that feeling, you know. I want them to be proud of me too, you know. I want them to be like, full potential, you know, reach your full potential. And I want to show the younger generation too in our family. So it's important.
I can see it's important to you, man, because like to me, the common man with a double fracture and a broken hand, you ain't stepping in no ring. You're screaming and
Double fracture in the jaw, fellas. This side and this side was fractured early in the fight.
you're going
That's the Maris Breedy's fight, the first fight.
straight to the hospital, but you're just there fighting for everything, man. I'm just trying to understand how somebody can like fight the pain. Like, how do you fight that pain?
I don't know. Life, huh? You know, what's a bit of physical pain compared to all the emotional pain that life puts you through? So it is what it is. We've made a lot of sacrifices to get to where we are, bro. Heaps of sacrifices, and there's still more to come. You know, so a bit of physical pain, bro, it'll heal. You know, that emotional pain never heals. So just keep pushing forward.
Why is that?
Let me play that one again, because that's a life lesson right there.
A bit of physical pain, bro, it'll heal. You know, that emotional pain never heals. So just keep pushing
A bit of physical pain, it'll heal. The emotional pain never heals. Remember that, fellas.
forward.
Why is that?
I don't know, man.
Why not safety first?
First, bro. And then what? And then what? Like, honestly. And then what? We wouldn't be here, would we? Be fucking telling stories. Oh, you know, I could have won that world title, but, you know, I'd be another story, man. I'd be going, oh, you know, I broke my jaw in the second round, or the third round, and then I had to stop fighting because, you know, my jaw's broken. I want to fucking live my life telling that story. or do you just want to push, bro? Drag me out of the ring. You know, like, what else are you gonna do? Go around and tell the story of how you broke your jaw and could have been a world champion, or you just bite down on your mouth guard and try your best. You know what I mean? Round to round, just fight to the last bell until they drag you out. So, like, honestly, to me, it's a no brainer. You know, like the jaw will heal. Live in the moment. Don't worry about tomorrow. So just every day count.
So if there ever was a World War III, I definitely want you on my side because, man, as crazy as I think that sounds, what you're saying, I love it.
That's the type of dude you take into a dark alley with you. That you want by your side in dark alleys. What let me put this. I gotta put this on my Discord or something. This is unbelievable, unbelievable stuff, guys. Unbelievable stuff by my favorite fighter right now. What's up, Oscar? Oh man, great to see you. That's my brother right there, El Carnal, El Carnaliti. Que Dios te bendiga, hermano. Yeah, let me put this thing on my Discord. This is too good, fellas. Any walk of life that you walk, have this mindset, fellas. Trust me on that, okay? There it is, right there. Yep. Let me put my. Oh, shoot. Let me put the link to my Discord if you want to be on my Discord channel or whatever. We can chop it up any day of the week and twice on Sunday. Okay, so I want to. Oscar says, Duopetaya gotta clean out Cruiser. Okay, let me show that comment. Duopetaya gotta clean out Cruiser before heavyweight, or should he go to heavyweight? He's pretty small. Yeah, great question. You know, I think Jao Petaya can beat Alexander Usyk, guys. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I think Jao Petaya beats Alexander Usyk. I do. I think so. I think so. Okay. Jao Petaya beats Alexander Usyk right now. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Now, let me answer your question. I think he should clean out cruiserweight, but it's not like he's not trying to do that, right? Like Zurdo's running away from him, literally. I mean, if you want to say that's Oscar's fault, yeah, I feel you because he's doing the same thing with Virgil and Lewis, right? But I mean, man, that's a good question because I think, he's too small, but I mean, he's too small for Tyson Fury and maybe AJ. Not a lot of them are like that big, right? Like Foley 6'6", okay, maybe, but I give him a shot at heavyweight. Right now, I would stay just to see if I can get the winner of Benavides and Zurdo. You know, I think that's the fight. You know, I would wait just to see because that's happening in May, so chances are he's gonna have to fight one more time as he waits for the winner of that fight. Right, that fight is May 2nd or something like that. That's a good question, Oscar. I don't think either of them are bad. If he wants to go straight up to heavyweight because he's sick of waiting for Zurdo to grow a pair, or if he wants to wait to see if Benavides beats Zurdo and then for all the marbles fight Benavides, I would wait. I would wait until the Benavides and Zurdo fight has a resolution, and then I would, we'll go from there. You know, I would just wait, fight one more time. Who should I don't know who he should fight. Good question. Who should he fight? Sorry. Oscar says Dino Petaya says he's the mandatory for battle versus no. I mean, sure, that's a belt. I mean, that would make it 2-2 as far as belts, right? So yeah, maybe that makes sense. But yeah. Right. Okay, but right because Battle Jack and Naomi Killian 2 is happening next weekend, right? So not this one, the other one. But yeah. Go ahead and fight the winner of that, and then fight the winner of Zurdo and Benavides, and then go up to heavyweight, or maybe you run it back because it was a great fight or whatever the case may be. But yeah. Yeah, that's the best case scenario for him. For some reason, brother Oscar, I don't think that he's gonna get any of those fights, bro. I don't think so. I do not think so. Chris Billum Smith wouldn't come near Jao Petaya. Um, you think Baru Jag, what is he, 42, 43, or something like that? Um, Noel McCallion, I don't see it. Hopefully I'm wrong, okay? But I just don't think, for some reason, I got a bad feeling that he's not going to get those fights. God, I hope I'm wrong. But yeah, that will be the one that makes the most sense, you know. Get the winner of Badu and Noel Mikhailian, the fight that nobody ever asked for, but whatever. And then get to the winner of Surdo versus Benavides. Yep, yep, for sure. Um, William Old Schooler Rent, God bless you, sir. Great to see you. Fine irony. Salute, brother. Just got home from Mississippi. I'm listening while eating. Awesome, awesome. Um, Let me know how them Saints doing, William. I do like me some New Orleans Saints. Um, I appreciate you, brother. Always great to see you. But yeah, I mean, that's a good question, Oscar. Oscar, I love, gotta love Oscar, bro. Always with the dagger questions. um, yeah, yeah. Let's wait and see. And by wait and see, I mean what you said, right? We'll fight the winner of Badu Jack and Naomi Killian 2. And then for all the marbles, fight the winner of Benavides and Zurdo Ramirez. Now, Benavides and Zurdo, I mean, I think Benavides is making a fatal mistake by jumping up like this, man. Seriously, I got a bad feeling. Um, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't think Benavides is. I think Benavides should take his time, and I know it's easy for me to say that, right? Sitting my ass here on the chair, but I think the best. I mean, he's sick of waiting. I get it because of Canelo and all that whole thing played out, which is partly on him. I understand. I was told by a homie that he sat through a couple of Ty. I think was the one that said that he sat through a couple of conventions. He could have force or enforce his mandate, something like that. I'm gonna dig a little deeper on that. But, the whole Canelo situation, or Adam, how you doing, sir? What's up? How you doing? God bless you, sir. Great to see you. Who's better, Bam or Inoue? God damn. They're coming in hot today. They're coming in hot. I mean, who's better is the question, right? Not who's the most accomplished, not who's who I like the most. Who's better? In my opinion, so they're fighting at 122, right? You're asking who's better. That's an interesting question. Okay, I will say this: Inoue has much better names on his resume than Bam does. Okay. Inoue has much better names on his resume than Bam does, in my opinion. Okay, he got Nonito Donaire, he got MJ Akhmadaliev, he got Marlon Tapales. Okay, who wins at 122? Ooh. Oh boy, who wins at 122? Oh boy, you're putting me on the spot here, Adam. Let me think it through. It's a tough ass question. William says, my Saints are doing better. They finally started playing a rookie quarter. Okay. The rookie QB, huh? Okay. He's won 2 out of 5. Okay, not bad for a rookie. Okay. We're close to 50% there. Awesome. William, my team, I'm not a big NFL follower. I followed it a lot for a little while, but my team is the Cowboys, and the Patriots being a close second, and I like the New Orleans Saints, and I like the Tennessee Titans. I always pick like I always have teams that I have my team, and then I have teams that I like. For example, in baseball, I'm a Yankee fan through and through, but I like the Atlanta Braves, I like the Texas Rangers, and I like the Arizona Diamondbacks. Just to give you an example, right? Adam says, "LOL, it's all good." You know it, don't you? I appreciate it. Listen, just to give you an answer right now, I'm not thinking this through as much as I should, but just to give you an answer. I don't know what to say. Um, I'm gonna say Inoue by majority decision with several knockdowns in the fight, both ways, both ways. Yes, yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. Just a little bit, man. If anybody wants to say Bam, I'm not mad at that at all. He's won that much of a respect, you know. Alan, speaking of Bam, well, you got Inoue? Okay, awesome, awesome. Yeah, so do I, but not by much, man. Bam has earned that much of a respect for me, you know. William says Will is looking really good for next year. Awesome, man. Man, hopefully, William, we can get another Drew Brees in there, right? I know that's, you know, they don't come a dime a dozen, right? The Drew Brees level quarterbacks, but we had one. We're gonna have two. You know, what's the name of the coach of that team? Peyton, I think. Was something Peyton? Yeah, I think that was his name. Great team. They won one or maybe two Super Bowls. I don't remember. I always confuse him with Aaron Rodgers. One won two, the other one won one Super or the other way around or something. Adam, what do you think about Benavides and Zurdo? What do you think about that fight? Just quick. I mean, obviously, like 6 months away from the fight, but just to give a quick like. Oscar says before 122, I would love Bam taking on one. Oh yes, yes, Oscar, exactly. You know what? That's a fight that I need to see because they're doing it that way with Junto Nakatani, right? Junto is moving up to 122, but he's not fighting Inoue straight up, is he? He's fighting Sebastian Hernandez is his name or something like that before Inoue. So yeah, I mean he gotta put in some work, bro. Let's send in Ryosuke Nishida, and yeah, that's his best matchup. I agree. Um, but yeah, he I don't think it would be fair for him to get Inoue straight up, and that seems like blasphemy to say that because he's literally one step away from becoming undisputed in his division, right? So he is doing it. It's not his fault that his division is not full with legends per se. You know, it's not his fault. But you know, the other guy has a couple of Hall of Famers in his resume. Oh, and I didn't even mention Fulton. How did I forget about Fulton? My God. I mean, the other Inoue has quite a few Hall of Famers in his resume, okay? Or potential Hall of Famers, rather, I should say. William says the rookie quarterback is impressive. Okay. That's what's up, William. Go Saints, man. Go Saints. I have an aunt of mine that lives in Louisiana in the city of Madisonville, I think is the name. Um, so I like me some Louisiana for sure. Adam says Benavides with a UD. I love it. I love it. Ballsy claim. I mean, man. Oscar says, sadly, Nishida not a champ, and he will probably be overlooked because smallweights are not known. Yes, bro. Yeah, but he's not a champ, but he also gave Junto Nakatani fits, didn't he? But, you know, that's not on the headlines. The headline just reads that he lost or whatever. So I get your point, Oscar, but it's sad. It is sad. Um, so I don't understand Benavides, right? I don't understand Benavides because, I mean, okay, you had the Canelo situation. Okay, that happened. That happened. Okay. I hear you. But Bevo is not fighting you because he's doing a trilogy with Artur Beterbiev. Like, it's not like he's running away. And before that, he was injured. Okay, so it's not like he's not fighting you, and then he goes on to fight. Who can I name? God damn, I don't have the names in front of me. Give me 1 second. It's not like he's neglecting to fight you, and then he goes to fight who's here. Let's see, Zach Parker or Joshua Buatsi or Imam Kataev. With all due respect, okay. Like he's fighting Arthur Beterbiev. He's 1-on-1 against him. Like you gotta take that into account, Benavides. Yes, William. I don't know. This is a new thing here on StreamYard where I think they show a different one on the mobile and a different one on like a laptop format, something like that. But yeah, it's like two spots. Yeah. You saw my yeah, you saw me like twice. Yeah. Yeah, it's a great fight, Adam. It is a great fight. I agree. Zurdo, I just don't think it's the right time for that fight, Adam. See the Russians first, man. See the Russians. They're fighting each other. Okay, get you a fight against the winner. Is Callum Smith and David Morrell happening or no? Because I was going to say, get you a fight against the winner of those two, and then wait and see. And if it doesn't happen, then we can talk about Dog Talk, But not now, because he got to get some closure on the Arthur Beterbiev. Arthur Beterbiev ain't getting any younger. The trilogy got to happen, and it got to happen right now. So, I mean, how in God's name can you even bring up the word donkey, man? This guy fought Zurdo. This guy fought Canelo. This guy fought Beterbiev, bro. He fought Beterbiev when nobody came anywhere near Beterbiev, okay? 100% knockout ratio. Okay, William. Awesome. It is a great fight, though. I don't think it's a smart fight. I don't think it's the right time. How do I put this? Okay, let me think this through. Adam says, I'm actually intrigued by Benavides versus Opeta. Oh, boy. Oh, my God. That's the battle of the Titans. It is the battle of the Titans. This is the wrong time to fight Jai Opetaia, fellas. I'm telling you. Bro, it's just a feeling. Well, it's not just a feeling. It's the eye test. But it's the wrong time to be messing with Jai Opetaia, bro. I don't know, man. I think, Adam, I'm going to give it to you straight up. I think Jai Opetaia is a horrible matchup for David Benavides, bro. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. This guy can box. This guy can fight. He's got power. He's bigger than you. Nah, I don't see it, man. I don't see it. Southpaw, I mean, I don't think so, man. I don't think so. I mean, listen, Benavides, as I said before, Benavides has earned the respect from me to just to give him a chance against anybody. Okay, I'll give him that. Benavides, Van Rodriguez, Devin Haney, a bunch of guys have earned that much of whether I like him or not, whatever. That's not even relevant right now. But they've earned that much of a respect for me, whereas I give him a shot against anybody, and I do mean anybody. Okay, but this guy, Jai Opetaia, I wouldn't fuck with him right now. No, bro. William says, I think it's a bad matchup. Yeah, it's a horrible matchup, William. I'm telling you, it's a horrible matchup. This is the wrong time to mess with Jai Opetaia. Wrong time. But we'll see, man. We'll see. I could be dead wrong. I could be, eating crap sometime here, It could happen. Man, Avita is a bad motherfucker, too. Excuse my language. Jay Will, welcome. Yes, bro. It's good to be back, huh? It's awesome to be back with you guys. God bless. Thomas Hill in the house. God bless you, my brother. I've been out, bro, but we are back. They're saying hi to each other there. Jay Will I am, Reggie Gachin, brother. Thomas Hill, my Mickey freaking Oscar Perez. Yep. Yeah, man. Benavides versus Jai, but no, bro. No. I mean, listen. You got to do it, bro. You got to roll the dice, right? If you're Benavides and all of that. But, this is the wrong time to fuck with Jai Opetaia, fellas. I'm telling you. This guy cannot be denied right now. This is just me, okay? People are going to say, oh, he fought a 40-year-old dude and well, it was his mandatory. I mean, what are you gonna do, right? And the Claudio Square fight, I really can't, I cannot defend that too much. Like he was ranked what 14 or something like that. Like I don't. Uh, Everybody has like a weird fight like that. But David Nika, that was impressive. And Maris Breedy's fellas, my goodness. And Ellis, go back and watch the Ellis Soro knockout. Tell me that wasn't one of the most horrific KOs you've ever seen. Jay Will says, I wasn't blown away with Opetaya last fight against Sin Cara, who was almost 41. Yep, he was almost 41. Opetaya spams left hand over and over again. His right hand is limited. I see Opetaya getting reckless when he comes. Yeah, he's been caught a few times. He was caught against Hussein Sin Cara. He was caught against David Nika. He got caught against Maris Breedis with a uppercut that broke his jaw. Yeah, he does get hit. I see similarities with him and Naoya anyway, as far as the little recklessness that they show at times. I feel you, Jay Will. You could be right, brother. You could be right. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, it's also a good thing. It's weird to say, right? But it could be a good thing. Like when Abdullah Mason had those couple of knockdowns against Johan Vasquez, that type of thing could be a great thing for you. Now you know what you're made of, because you can't really train for that moment, right? You can't really train to see how you. I don't think so, right? If anybody wants to correct me if I'm wrong, please do. But I don't think that you can train for how you're going to react when that moment comes, right? So the only way to find out is to find out, right? Um, I feel you. I feel you, though. I feel you. I mean, part of the problem, Jay Will, is the division, right? He's in boxing's most underappreciated division that's above featherweight, right? Boxing's most underappreciated division, probably forever, has been cruiserweight as far as featherweight up, because the smaller weights, I mean, nobody sadly pays attention to that, right? But as far as divisions that are featherweight and up or lightweight and up, cruiserweight is by far the one that people pay the least attention to, right? So that's part of his problem. Part of his problem is that he's sitting at the cruiserweight division. He's not a middleweight, he's not a welterweight, and all the glitz and glamour that come with it, and all the history of those divisions. I think cruiserweight is the youngest division in boxing, right? They've been around for like 40 years or 30 or whatever the case may be, right? So that's a problem. Yeah, that's an issue. I don't know if that's a problem, but that's an issue, you know. But I don't know, bro. That's my guy, bro. I'm telling you. You could be right, though. That's a great point, what you just said there. Sin Cara was almost 41. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think, was he undefeated? Let's see. Was he? Because he was the mandatory. So it's not like he's fighting a Claudio Squayo type of fight, right? But let's see. Yeah, that was his only loss, right? So he was undefeated. I don't recognize any of the names that he's beaten, but I'm also not the most well versed dude on the cruiserweight division. I mean, there's dudes in there with a bunch of losses, bro. So we'll just leave it there. But Jay Will says, "Oh, by the way, Jay Will, you best believe I'm gonna be calling John Cena's last match. I think that's this Saturday or something. I'm gonna check that out." But Jay Will says Battle will be 43. But yeah, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. I'm kind of hoping Noel McKellian wins, because I don't want to see Battle fight Opetaya, bro. That's gonna be horrific, bro. Saying hi to T Hill there. Jay Will says, I'd say Opetaya go up to heavyweight, but he gets cracked at cruiserweight and does seem to do series. Yes. I mean, yeah, he's been cracked, but I don't, at the same time, he's shown recovery, he's shown resolve, he's shown survival skills. I mean, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, At the end of the day, everybody gets cracked. It's how you react to it that counts. But I see the bigger picture of your point. I do, because them heavyweights, they don't play, and this is a deep, deep heavyweight division. I mean, I can name you 15 dudes that are dangerous right now without even thinking. Right, like Usyk, Tyson Fury, AJ. Right, the three-headed dragon. Right, and then we got Caballero 4, Zile Sang 5, Deontay Wilder 6, Martin McCauley 7, Richard Torres 8, Moses Tama 9, Efe Ajagba 10, Fran Sanchez 11, Bakodir Jalalov 12. Seriously, I forgot now. Seriously. TKV 13. What's the name of this guy? Fabio Wardley 14. Joe Parker 15. That's 15 off the top of my head. Every single one of these dudes is dangerous. Okay? And I'm missing a whole bunch of them. I can probably name you 10 more. Jay Will says, hopefully Benavides, who I think will be Zurdo, doesn't go back down to light. Exactly. Like you're. It's one thing if you're making a jump from 3, 4, 7, or maybe 10 pounds, or let's see, 168, 175. That's 7 pounds. Okay, but light heavyweight to cruiserweight is 25 pounds, right? Because it's 175 to 200. 25 pounds. You're gonna put all that thing. Didn't you get the memo with Bro Jones? Like, it don't work that way, bro. They will for sure. That was nicely appreciated. Yeah, I mean I think Jao Petaya can beat. I'm gonna say that again. I'm gonna say it again, guys. I think Jao Petaya beats Alessandro Usyk, fellas. I do think so. This is the guy right here, guys. This is the guy right here. And listen, everybody gets cracked, bro. Like okay, okay. It is important to point that out. Okay, it is important. But I mean, it happens. I'm not yet, at least, putting too much stock in that. No, not yet. It is true. He has been cracked by David Nika. He has been cracked by Hussein Sin Cara, and he has been cracked by Maris Breedis, and I'm probably forgetting one or two more. Okay, it is important to note that it's not like it's nothing. It is something, but I don't think it's such a big deal. He hasn't even been dropped yet, so well, I don't think. Has he been dropped? No, I don't think so. We'll see. We'll see though. Let me show you something that I've seen that it is very tough to see and very tough for fighters, right? This is him speaking. This is unbelievable that he's speaking with this guy. Unbelievable. Let me show you the screen. Let me put the thingy here for the copyright. I'm not monetized, this is educational purposes only, all the rest of it. This is Dominic Cruz, Dominic the Dominator Cruz, one of my favorite UFC MMA fighters of all time, sharing the troubles of dealing with retirement for a fighter. This is something Josh Taylor is going through. This is something that, God bless him, Ricky Hatton went through, and most of them go through. Guys, pay attention, please. Here it is.
Retirement, it hit me way harder than I expected.
Yeah.
It's really messed me up. I'm at month 6, so I'm hoping it gets better because right now it sucks. I feel like I was a bulldozer that went through life and just bulldozed everything to the side to win. And like, if you got in my way, you could have been my mom, you could have been my brother, you could just, hey, you're not helping me, just get out of my way. And now it hit me like, I'm not just retired, I also can't train. What do I do with all this energy? And I just look back at the disaster I made in every relationship in my life.
Yeah.
And just like how I treated people to win. And I pushed women out of my life because I just wanted to win, that maybe I had loved, or older, or just like I said, family members. I was really mean to my brother or my mom, just people. You're just crazy. You just win only, right? I look back now and I'm trying to be the other piece. I'm really like, okay, I'm no longer a kennel dog. Like, I'm out, I'm in the world, fighting isn't it. So really, I don't really need my ego as much. Retirement.
And that's the tragedy of pursuing greatness, isn't it? The fact that you have to make so many sacrifices because you have to devote so many hours. You have to devote so much time to pursue greatness that you have to sever some relationships that you otherwise wouldn't do. You know. Let me give you a clip of Rampage Jackson saying the same thing. This is one of the greatest videos I've seen. Fighters' honest moments. Let me show you guys this. Oh, let me answer Jay Will question first. Jay Will says, irony, I think, is what happens after the punch. Opetaya had a broken, yes, jaw against Reese. That was the first fight, by the way, if anybody's wondering. Now a fractured face against Sankara. Does that worry you if you move? Yes, it does. I'm not going to lie, Jay Will. You have a great point. It worries because, if there's a lot of dangerous guys at heavyweights, especially, and he ain't moving up to play around. He's moving up for all the marbles, right? He's that type of guy. So he's gonna have to see some killers, bro. And that, but I mean, it's part of it's. You have to, right? You have to roll the dice, you know. But okay, the question is, does that worry you if you move? Yes, it does. I'm not gonna. If he moves up to heavyweight, yes, it does. I cannot lie. It does worry me if he goes up to heavyweight. It does for sure. But I got faith in my guy, bro. I do have faith in my guy. I think he could pull it off. Am I worried? Yes, for sure. Not only if he moves up to heavyweight, it would worry me even against Zurdo or Benavides. It would worry me. Yeah, I would have it in the back of my head because I think he beats both of them, and I'm supremely confident about the Zurdo fight. I'm not so sure about. Well, I am sure, but not as sure of Benavides that I am of Zurdo. And this with all due respect with Zurdo, okay? This with all due respect. Because I think Zurdo and Benavides is going to be. I'm not so sure Benavides beats Zurdo. I'm just going to put it that way, okay? But let me show you this. This is an unbelievable video. Watch this if you will. This is Fighters' Honest Moments, guys. Right here. Right here. I'm going to put this on my Discord as well. This is one of my favorite fighters of all time. His name is the Natural Born Killer, Carlos Condit. Here's Rampage segment. This is unbelievable what he says here. Unbelievable. Take a listen. Is the audio okay? Hold on. Did I put the hold on. Here's Rampage. Sure Benavides beats Sur. Right here. Right here. The audio good or no? I'm gonna put this on my Discord as well. This is one of my favorite fighters. Okay, it's good. Let's see. Take a listen, please.
What are your biggest regrets?
My biggest regret?
Yeah.
I would have to honestly say that my biggest regret is even starting this sport.
What do you mean?
I think I would have lived a different life if I would have stayed home in Memphis and worked at the family business, and I would be closer to my family and growing old with them instead of living out in California. I got my family back at home. And my little sister is all grown and stuff now. I left home when she was like 8. My biggest regret is like following my dream was to go and be a fighter, and but then now I look back on it, I wish that I would just stay back home with my family.
You had a dream, you fulfilled it, which I think most people would praise you for, and you actually look back on it and say, I wish I hadn't.
Well, I gained a lot of fans, made a lot of money, but I feel like I lost my family.
That's deep.
I don't see them, what I'm saying? I don't know them. My parents are getting older, and I'm living in California away from them. I have my own family here, my kids and stuff, but I miss my cousins, my parents and my sisters and brothers.
Hell no, I don't want to.
Wow. That's another thing, you know. That's another thing. I appreciate it, William. Appreciate it very much. That's the thing. That's the tragedy, if I may say so, of pursuing greatness, guys. You have to make sacrifices, and I've seen the Undertaker speak about this. He has repaired his relationship with his son, and it's very hard because you have all these accomplishments, and on the other end, you're like, damn, like. But you know, it is what it is, right? I just wanted to make that point, you know. Jay Will says, agree up Tavares Benavides is the fight we want. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Say that again. Jay Will says, Zurdo would have to get into supreme shape to have a real shot against Benavides. Yeah, yeah. Listen, speaking, I'm glad you said that, Jay Will, because I'm gonna tell you something. The guy that showed up against Junior Dorticos, that guy was out of shape. Now, if the guy Zurdo impressed me a whole hell of a lot against Chris Billingsley. Okay, he if that guy shows up, who knows, man? Who knows? If the Zurdo that fought Chris Billingsley shows up against Benavides, fasten your seatbelt, folks. Fasten your seatbelt. Irony, you won't believe this. I bet on Condit to beat Lawler. The greatest fight of all time. The greatest fight I've ever seen in MMA is Carlos Condit versus Robbie Lawler, bro. Are you kidding me? I thought he won 3-2, but just wow, Jay Will, seriously. He brought up the greatest fight I've ever seen in the UFC. And listen, I've seen them, like John Jones versus Gustafsson 1, Henderson versus Shogun Rua 1, Adesanya versus Gastelum. There's a bunch of them that fit the bill. But and not to mention Robbie Lawler versus Rory McDonald too. My God, what a fight that was! But in my opinion, the greatest UFC fight of all time was the natural born killer Carlos Condit versus, and the greatest nickname of all time too. My God, versus ruthless Robbie Lawler. Okay. Wow, I didn't know that, Jay Will. That's awesome. Jay Will says Rampage said he has made more money from streaming than he did. Yes, and Conor McGregor made like 10 times with the whiskey deal than he ever made fighting, and that's the top earner in UFC history. Conor McGregor has like 4 of the top 5 pay-per-views of all time. And he made more in one fight with Floyd Mayweather than he made in his entire UFC career. Can you believe that, Jay Will? That's my big problem with the UFC and Dana White. Well, that's the biggest problem that I have. You know. William says my favorite UFC fighter is Chuck Liddell. Come on, the Iceman, Chuck Liddell. How can you not love that guy? Come on, man. That guy was awesome. I love his fights against Randy Couture, especially against dumbass Tito Ortiz. I love his fight against Renato Babalu Sobral. His fight against what's his name? Oh man, what's this guy's name? The fight against. I mean, he's kind of like he's one of those that just stayed too long, bro, and it was hard to watch at the end. You know, his knockout loss against Rashad Evans was particularly hard to watch. The Rich Franklin fight as well, but man, what a legacy, Chuck Liddell, bro, Chuck the Iceman Liddell. I love me some Iceman for sure. Hell yeah. Jay Will says Chuck Liddell was a monster. Shame he went up. Yeah, the way he did with those fishes scale. Yeah, bro. Yeah, it's kind of like a Roy Jones, Sugar Ray Leonard type. They stayed way too long. Yeah, it was really hard to watch in the end. And the third fight against Tito Ortiz. I mean, can you even say that's a fight? Come on, bro. Seriously. But I love me some. Exactly, Jay Will. It's like Roy Jones. Yeah. Unfortunately, there's guys like that. You know for sure that he ain't got no business stepping in there. But what are you gonna do? At least he's around. I've seen him. He's in every other UFC. And, I appreciate that. What a legacy, though. What a legacy by Mr. Chuck Liddell. He's 2-1 against Randy Couture. He's 2-1 against Tito Ortiz. He's 2-0 against Renato Sobral. I'm forgetting. For some reason, I'm forgetting a lot of names that he beat. But those three, I'll never forget. God, I had something else I wanted to show, but I can't remember what it is now. William says Chuck should have retired after he went to. Right, I forgot he went. Right, Rampage. After he went to Pride and fought Rampage the first time. His chin was compromised badly in that. It was, wasn't it? Yeah, and Rampage had his number. That was a horrible matchup for Chuck Liddell. Rampage, Yeah, I forgot he beat Guy Metzger in the in Pride. He picked up some wins. My favorite Pride fighter of all time is Mauricio Shogun Rua and Mirko Kurokov. Those are my two favorites. I love Fedor. I loved Taka Norigomi was a beast in Pride, fellas. Don't forget about that guy. Watch if you haven't seen that fight. I got two Pride fights that I need you guys to watch if you haven't seen them. The first one is Mirko Kurokov versus Fedor Emelianenko. That's one of the greatest fights of all time, period. And the second one that I need you guys to watch is Nick Diaz versus Taka Norigomi. Good God Almighty, what a fight that was! Nick Diaz is one of my favorite fighters of all time, not for nothing. Prime Nick Diaz, bro, was something else. Nick Diaz is kind of like a Kurt Angle. Now, that's a weird analogy. Just let me explain. Their prime was not at the big leagues. Like, prime Kurt Angle was TNA Kurt Angle. And prime Nick Diaz was the Elite XC Nick Diaz. Oh, you saw both? Okay, you know, J. Will. You know why I'm recommending, right? You know why. Unbelievable fights. Remember, J. Will says, remember his lion story he was told to Chael Sonnen? Story of Chael Sonnen. Oh my God. Hold on. I gotta show you guys this. You just reminded me of. I don't know that story. Can you elaborate, J. Will? I don't know that story. The lion story that Chuck Liddell told to Chael Sonnen. I'm thinking hard, man. Because Chael Sonnen is my guy, bro. Greatest trash talker of all time. If you want to say it's Conor McGregor, I'm fine with that. I think Chael was a little better, personally. He came within an eyelash of beating prime Anderson Silva. Never forget about that, guys. As people make fun of Chael losing all those fights and everything, he came within an eyelash of beating prime untouchable Anderson Silva. Remember that. Jay Will says Dana White sent Chuck Liddell from UFC over. I didn't know that. Dana White sent Chuck Liddell from UFC over to the Pride tournament. Dana said he'll never cross promote again because Pride didn't send a fighter back. Yeah, they had issues. We all know Pride was ran by a Yakuza, That's part of the problem. They never had a weigh-in. They had fixed fights up the woods. So I love the whole show because they had the best fighters once upon a time, right? But I didn't know there were so many fixed fights, bro. That really turned me off. But listen, I'm a Pride fan through and through. I love that promotion, all things considered. Saw both, yeah. Jay Will says I saw both. William Old School says Fedor and Kroko were two of the baddest motherfuckers in Pride back, bro. Say that again, William. Come on, two legitimate, bona fide boogeymen. Go, two Baba Yagas going at it, huh? Oscar says John Cena will lose his last match. Just sad he has to lose to Gunther out of all the roster by Gunther. Hey, chill out on Gunther. That's my. You're not a Gunther fan, Oscar. I would have loved to see excuse me. I would have loved to see LA Knight, bro. I just wanted them to make up for them screwing him, screwing him over in 2023, where everybody, their mommy and their puppy, knew that he deserved the WrestleMania main event over no, he's not a bum. I shouldn't say that. Over Cody Rhodes. I'm not a Cody guy, but the run LA Knight had in 2023 was very similar to the run of the Yes movement with Daniel Bryan, fellas. He literally came out of nowhere and just took over. So more merch than anybody. Everybody was digging the whole, with everybody saying LA Night, yeah. That whole thing, bro, just took the WWE by storm, fellas. He deserved the WrestleMania main event of 2023. I don't care what nobody say. And that's fucked up. William says the axe murder. Oh, Vanderlei. I'm not a Vanderlei guy. I mean, he was a very bad motherfucker. Yeah, he was. He knocked out Kazushi Sakuraba. He knocked out Ricardo Aron, I think. Or was that Shogun Rua? Maybe both, because I remember Chutabox, which was the team of Vanderlei and Shogun and Ninja Rua and all of them, had a very bitter rival with Brazilian top team, which was, the Nogueiras, Ricardo Arona, and a bunch of others. So, I don't know. I think Vanderlei was pretty much a bully. I'm not a Vanderlei guy, but I gotta give him his props on his Pride run. Dan Henderson, another one of my favorite fighters of all time. Dan H-Bomb Henderson was a horrible matchup for him. But he did sleep, Kazushi Sakuraba, who's probably Japan's most beloved OG in MMA. Exactly. Kazushi Sakuraba, they called him the Gracie Killer. That's how revered he is. And this is at the time where the Gracies were the shit, guys. Like, the Gracie started with Helio Gracie, which is the one I believe that adapted, because jiu-jitsu is really from Japan, right? Jiu-jitsu, just plain jiu-jitsu is a martial arts that Japanese, right? And Helio Gracie, I think the grandfather of Royce Gracie, and Rickson Gracie, if I'm not mistaken, brought jiu-jitsu over to Brazil and made it into Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Anyway, I'm sorry. Fast forward, the Gracies were, responsible for that, and they took over sports. You might remember Royce Gracie with the gi fighting in the UFC. Whatever you feel about that whole thing, whatever. Somebody had to be number one. It was him. It is what it is. And then you got Renzo Gracie, Rickson Gracie. And all the rest of them, all the way down to Kron Gracie now. So, yeah. Kazushi Sakuraba, they called him the Gracie Killer. So that's how respected he was, the double OG for sure. Shout out to Kazushi Sakuraba, fellas. It will come up. And he beat Kevin Randleman, too. I remember that fight. God damn. It will come up. It's a 2-minute video. What do you mean? It will come up? Hang on a sec. What will come up? Jay Will, I'm sorry. I don't know what you're talking. Let me see what was written before that. What was written before that? I don't know. Gunther is my favorite wrestler right now, Oscar. Who's your guy? Who's your guy right now? Let me take a wild guess. It's either Jey Uso or God damn, I forgot. It's either Jey Uso or Seth Rollins. Which one of the two? I'm doing a wild guess. Jay Will says Vanderlei Silva was a thorn in Rampage side. Yeah, he beat him twice in Pride. I obviously everybody remembers that vicious knockout that Rampage gave him in the UFC, but he beat him twice in Pride and stopped him twice. I remember that one with the knees that just left him hanging on the rope. That was a nasty knockout. Vanderlei had a run, bro. All respect. Whether I like him or not, whatever the case may be, he deserves all respect for his run at Pride, bro. Seriously, he does, for sure. William says, remember the Gracie Killer? Yes. Remember Renzo Broke? Yes. Kazushi Sakuraba, bro. Come on. Oh, shit. I remember. Bro, Chael did a number on Tito Ortiz on that. That's the one when Chael goes and starts snoring when Tito starts doing that dumbass. Yeah, the lion and the jack. I'm gonna pull that up. Jay Will. I promise you. That's the one. Is that the one where he said the only person I know made money using their mouth is his ex-wife? Oh my! I think that was the one, right? You gotta love Chael Sonnen. Who doesn't love Chael? If you don't love Chael Sonnen, there's something wrong with you, man. You were born without personality or something. I don't know. The American gangster, Chael Sonnen, fellas. Yes, that was. Oh man. William says, "I can't." Me neither. Me neither. I never liked. All respect. I'll give respect with respect this dude. He can make it rain on the microphone, but I can't stand CM Punk either. He says, "I can't stand CM Punk. He ruined all his legitimacy when he." Oh my God, are you kidding me? He got it. He got violated by Mickey Gall, and then lost to another dude. Like, yeah, I mean, like it's one, bro. Everybody. People getting the wrong idea. Just because Brock Lesnar did it, he said, first of all, Brock Lesnar is like 6'5", God knows how many pounds of pure dude had muscles coming out of his ears. You look at Brock and you're like, holy shit, is that even human, bro? Like, and on top of that, Brock was like a Division I wrestler. Like, come on, like, what are we doing here, guys? Like, Brock is 1-1. Nobody's ever going to do that. Like, a lot of people go to the UFC and then they do MMA. I mean, excuse me. A lot of people usually go to the UFC and then they do wrestling. You know, like Ronda Rousey, like Matt Riddle, like there's a bunch of them. I can't remember all of them right now, but there's a bunch of them, right? The other way around, only one dude, and his name is Brock Lesnar. It's not going to be another one, guys. Let's be honest here. He looked pathetic, and that's putting it courteously, William. Saying that he looked pathetic is being extremely courteous. Allow me to say. Jay Will says yes. Oh my God, that was a mean. He said that was a nasty line by me. Hold on, let me pull this shit up, bro. This is this is an all-time roasting, fellas. This was glorious. In the Jackal. Where's the fucking Jackal story? Trade. Hold on. Oh shit, there it is. Okay, it's 5 minutes. Is that okay, Jay Will? I hope I don't get shut down, but whatever. Let's go for it. Let me answer this first. Jay Will says Brock went to Minnesota where he became a two-time NCAA All-American, two-time Big Ten champion, and the 2000 NCAA Division I heavyweight champion, finishing his career with a oh my God, I didn't know this, 106 wins and 5 losses record. My God, look at that, bro. Like, seriously. Wrestling, Jay Will says, wrestling background like that is perfect. Exactly. Wrestling is everybody. If you know anything about MMA, you know that the number one skill that you need to learn is wrestling, guys. Period. I'm not saying that if you go another route, it's impossible, but if you get the choice, go wrestling first. Get good at that first. Then we can talk about whatever. Exactly. Jay Will says, like it or not, wrestling is king. It is king. Whether we like it or not, yeah, it is king. I will say, shout out to Piotr Jan, two-time champion, huh? He kept the fight standing and beat Marab. He beat the machine, bro. Unbelievable. And they're 1-1, right? Because I think Marab got him the first time, or did they fought first? I think they fought. This wasn't the second time. This was the second time they fought, right? I think, or maybe I'm confusing with Aljo or something. I don't know. Let me share my. Well, actually, let me put the banner and everything because I gotta show this. This is glorious right here. I'm not monetized. This is educational purposes only. Okay, look at the banner. There's a disclaimer and all of that. Don't be a crapper, guys. Don't shut me down, please. I'm gonna go for it. first, let me let me just do this first. Yeah, fuck twice. Okay, I appreciate it, Jay Will. Yep, need a clarification on that one.
This is my kingdom, and well, just to get my hand raised.
Hold on. Well, actually,
this is my kingdom, and on Saturday night, I'm gonna roar. I'm gonna show jackals like this guy, Chill, the P, Sonnen, what a king's truly like. I dislike this man. Not even a man. He's a child.
Tito has a strong case for being like the worst microphone in history. He has a strong case.
He said some personal things about me, and he's lit a fire under my ass like no other. I've been in camp for 14 weeks. This guy thinks he could come in after 8 weeks of camp and compete with me after taking 3 years off. I'm gonna hurt him. I'm not looking for a submission. I'm gonna dominate.
By the way, you didn't win that fight. You tapped before. I saw you tap, bozo, but whatever.
I have something to pay back. He embarrassed me on my birthday. I'm gonna embarrass him on Saturday night.
Yeah, I like distractions. I don't even know what Tito's doing here. I came here to fight Vanderlei Silva.
Look at Paul Daly. Look at Paul Daly. By the way, this guy, watch his fight, Paul Daly versus Nick Diaz. What a fight that was. But he's dying laughing right next to him.
And he's busy. I got a phone call, said, you want to fight Tito on January 21st? My wife said we didn't have anything going on, so I came out to California. I love having distractions. I don't like days off. Tito is literally in the only profession I know of where you don't need to wear a suit, and he keeps showing up in one. It's like a local funeral parlor closed, and he went and took it off a corpse.
Something you need to learn.
Shows up looking like a maitre d' at Golden Corral.
Yeah.
I'm just happy that he got here. Somebody got him the Uber app, or he thumbed a ride down here. I hope he gets to the forum on
You're
Saturday
very welcome.
night.
Your chick actually had red penny night this weekend because you're getting paid because of me.
Bro, you literally took that line from Conor McGregor. Seriously?
Speaking of which, Tito, what did you do with the money you won off of Amanda Nunes, by the way?
Actually, I just parlayed it into me kicking Chell's ass.
Yeah, everything in that photo about Tito with that ticket, except Tito. I could have sent out that same. You really think Tito Ortiz put 55 grand on Amanda Nunes? Come on, man. No.
Okay, final question for
You're
Scott.
You're a little speechless on that.
Yeah, a little bit speechless.
Did I just break it to you? There's something out there called Photoshop?
I think everybody's starting to believe your lies now. Finally, your lies aren't becoming truth, huh, buddy?
Shut up, Tito.
Tito, go ahead. Tell him what I do so well.
Well, he talks well. His mouth has gotten him in every fight, big fight that he's had. And every time when it's time to present and perform, he's failed.
Not true.
On Saturday night, it's not going to change. What I do well, I come in with heart, I come in with determination, I come in with hard work and perseverance. When I get my hand raised, I'll know why. And so all the millions of fans that have had my back over the last 20 years.
Tito always says I'm using my
Here it comes, guys.
mouth to get my opportunities. The only person I know that made money using their mouth is his ex-wife.
Holy shit.
Well, just to correct you,
Oh my god.
you never know marriage. You're a fucking punk, dude. That's what you call class right here compared to
This is not a fair fight on the microphone. No one bit.
no class.
That was a nasty line.
No
by
class. No class at all.
See that, Jay Will? That was a nasty line by me. Yes, it was. Look at it. Fucking face.
That's why you see him with thongs
Here comes the dumbass jackal story.
and fucking jeans and a t-shirt. No class.
They don't call you the bad guy for nothing.
A bad girl.
Shut up, Tito.
I was listening to Christian Walken.
Oh
little
shit! Here it comes. Here comes Jay Will.
skit he did, and he talked about a lion, king of the jungle, this huge lion with a big giant mane, in this hot, smothering weather in Africa. And the little small lions come up, kind of poke at him, bite on his ear, bite on his neck. The lioness comes over and bugs him. Then you got the jackals and the rest of
What the fuck are you talking about, Tito?
the wilderness looking and seeing these lions on that mountaintop. They come over and bother him. The jackals laugh at him. The hyenas laugh at him,
Oh my
nip at his
God.
toes. They eat all of his food, and they sit back. And they got jackals like this who think it's a comedy. Until one day he gets sick of it and he attacks and he shows to these people who the fucking king of the jungle is. And this
It's not you.
little hyena, I'm gonna eat right through him. And we'll see on Saturday night. You know what? It's good because it fuels me. It's fueled me over the last 14 weeks. And it's great to see because you hear that snoring nose? That's a snoring nose you're gonna hear in the second round of the fight.
That's good. That was good. That was good work by you. I gave you a good setup.
Yeah, you're a good comedian, man. That's about it. You're a good actor. That's about it.
He also has a win over Vitor Belfort, Michael Bisping, and who's the other guy? And Brian Stan. Just saying.
I'm a fighter. You're an actor. You're on The fucking Apprentice because of me. You're the bad guy because of me. You trying to talk because of me. You've never won a world title. Who's the last champion you've ever beat? Who's the last legend, as you say, you've ever beat? You call yourself a legend? What have you done legendary besides talk? Buddy, on Saturday night, those little blue eyes are going to be sparkling even more.
Why are you fighting him then?
More, man. Just wait and watch. Just wait and watch. Just fucking you dug your grave, man. You have dug your grave.
The F word, that wasn't classy.
I don't care, man.
No,
I don't care. You've already you ruffled my feathers way too much, partner. You talk about my ex, man. You say shit like that.
You're classy, Tito. Come on, 4-letter.
He also burned him when he said hold on, I gotta show you this. Oh shit, that's sure, dog. God damn.
Yep. They don't believe it, so it's cool.
For Chael, it's obvious how angry you've gotten Tito, not just today, but throughout the lead up to this fight on Saturday.
I think this is it, guys.
Saturday. Did you expect this from him? I mean, you're getting all the laughs from everyone in the room, and they're kind of looking at Tito with a tilted head at his remarks. But like, is that something you expected? And in a way, do you kind of feel he's making it easier on you by getting more angry?
Well, I don't know that it's.
No, that's not it. God damn. He burned him in one where he. Hold on.
Classy.
No, that's
Tito.
Yeah, that's
it. 4-letter words.
Almost there.
Come on, Mr.
Almost
Class.
there.
Classy.
Surely you have
here it comes, guys. Here it comes. Listen to this.
Admiration for what
Look
Tito's achieved in mixed martial arts.
Careful, everyone. This may be a lie, so just
listen to this.
Let him go and speak.
Tell another jackal story about Christopher Walken and a mane and a lion and
He's the best. He's the best, guys. I don't care what nobody say. Good God, bro. I appreciate you, William. Appreciate you, brother. Go Saints. That's my guy, William Old School and Rand Fridays. He's with D1 Angry White Man podcast. 10 p.m., 11 p.m. I don't know what the daily, what is it called? The daylight savings or something. Late night Fridays, you can catch William Old School with D1. They do a great job. Follow them and check them out. Okay, feel free to drop the link there, William, for sure. I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Go ahead. I appreciate you. God bless you, sir. Bro, this was awesome. Oh, Samtex. Yes, Paul Samtex Daily was a beast. Yeah, he snapped out against the biggest scumbag in UFC history by the name of Josh Koscheck. I didn't mind that at all, but that was wrong. Shut up, Tito. Yeah, shut up, Tito. Scott Coker. Chael can make a room full of people die laughing, bro. Like, bro, seriously. But the Chael says, Tito, tell us another. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was trying to get. You want to see a war? Yeah, I saw that. Oh man, Brian Stan versus Vanderlei Silva. Are you kidding me? Yes, that was a war, fellas. And listen, not for nothing, Vanderlei Silva versus Chuck Liddell was also a war. Jay Will, that was another war for sure. And Diego Sanchez versus Gilbert Melendez, that was another war as well. That was a war. Like, man. Oh man, that whole thing with Brazil, Jesus Christ, bro. Listen, he went a little too far on that one. I'm not gonna lie. He got Anderson Silva. So nobody ever got Anderson Silva that upset, bro. Not even close. Chael is the man, bro. I don't care what nobody say. I fucking love that guy. Let's see what else we got. I got a couple of things I wanted to show you guys. Oh yeah. Let me show you this because Tito always says that Chuck Liddell slept in his couch and this and that. Let's hear Chuck tell the real story. Yeah. Let me share the screen. All rights goes to Jackson Podcast and everything. Okay, I'm not monetized. This is educational purposes only. Okay. Take a listen.
A few years it was good. You guys were good. You guys were just
we were good training partners. I mean, he makes it sound like we were great friends. I mean, you know, I always slept on my couch. I slept on your couch because you wouldn't pay for a hotel room.
I'm sorry, Tito. You see this? Poor Tito.
You know, I was happy. It was fine. I was happy when he came out. He stayed. You know, when he came up with us, he stayed in one of my buddies at the house. So, you know, we trained and we trained together. There was never a like, oh, we're not going to fight. And I always laugh because, like, I mean, if you listen to him back then, it was like he took me out the street, taught me how to fight, and I turned on him. You know, like, look, man, I came down to help you out. Like, I showed up when you needed a sparring partner in Vegas. I came out, you know, for Yuki Kondo. I came out and fought Southpaw for you.
Did you get paid?
No, I wasn't getting paid.
So for a few years.
That's the true story, fellas. That's the true story right there. Now, let me show you one of the realest dudes in wrestling. His name is Diamond Dallas Page. DDP, as they call him. People might know him now more for the DDP yoga than anything else, but he gave some truth about LA Knight, fellas, and here it is.
Your name comes up all the time, especially recently, you know, like LA Knight's 40, and there was talk of like, maybe he's too old to do this.
He ain't too old for nothing.
Fact.
Yeah. He is at the right time, at the right place.
Fact.
And I pray for him that they see it.
They didn't.
Because he deserves it. I remember walking up.
He does deserve it.
Up to him. I want to say it was Mania this year. And I said, dude, I just want you to know.
By the way, this is the top podcaster in wrestling, Chris Van Vliet. Great job. He's interviewed basically everybody. And the other one is James Romero.
Personally, love what you're doing.
Me too.
It's your time, dude. Like, these people are going to get with you. It's going to get bigger and bigger. And it did.
Your name comes up.
It's an absolute travesty that LA Knight didn't get the Mania main event for 2023. I'm gonna say that until I go to my grave. Seriously. What else we got? Bang. Yep. I'm telling you. And this was awesome. We had everybody here, man. We had Jay Will putting on some great stuff. What do you think, Jay Will? Do you think what Oscar said, that he said that he was going to lose to Gunther? Do you share that sentiment, Jay Will? Do you think John Cena is going to lose to Gunther? Do you think he's going to go off with a win? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to make of that whole thing. You know, I don't know. We'll see. J. Will 38, William Osco Loren gracing us with his presence, Oscar Perez, my carnal from Mexico, yes sir. Everybody, Thomas Hale, Adam, everybody gracing me with their presence. I appreciate you all. Bro, that Brazil thing with Anderson Silva, my God. But this was, oh yeah, I'm going to show it to you next live stream. I'm going to show you, because they pretty much buried the hatchet, didn't they? Well, let me show it to you now. Let me show it to you. My God. You remember when Chael was hosting that press conference for Anderson Silva and Jake Paul? I was like, are you kidding me, bro? The history here. I gotta show you this before I go. Jay Will, if you're still there, I'm gonna show you this. Show you this. This is an unbelievable moment, fellas. I never in my life thought this would happen. This surprised me as much as CM Punk returning to WWE surprised me.
Doing here? I see two of them. Oh, I see. Maybe I need to back up.
Let me tell you something, Chill. You never.
Are you kidding me, bro? Like, did you ever, Jay Will, seriously, did you ever thought this was gonna happen? That they were gonna be holding hands and being friends? I never in my life thought this was possible. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Ever come to my house to my barbecue?
The barbecue.
Man? Why?
Okay, here's the thing. I didn't think it was a sincere offer. If I knew I was really invited,
Of course, bro.
and then I didn't know if your wife forgave me, it was a whole thing. That's the real.
Yeah, that shit he said, like, I'm gonna slap his wife in the ass if he doesn't make me a steak. Medium, I think he said medium rare, just the way I like it. Oh my god.
Real answer why I didn't come.
You need to come, please.
In Brazil.
No, here in Brazil, a lot of people try to kill you. Trust me.
Yes.
People hate
That's for damn sure.
you in Brazil, but I'm not. I love you, man.
I accept that. I mean, what are we doing?
This is an unbelievable moment, guys. Seriously, I'm still. This was several years ago. I still can't believe it, bro. Like the history here. Are you kidding me right now? Wow. Amazing, guys. Amazing. All right. That's about it, right? We went through a lot of things. Okay, I think that's all she wrote for now. I mean, this was my 51st live. Special thank you to my brothers tuning in. J Will 38, God bless you, my brother. William Old School Laurent, Go Saints. God bless you, my brother. Thomas Hill, God bless you, my brother. Oscar Perez, que Dios te bendiga, mi hermano. What else? I appreciate every single one. Adam as well. God bless you, brother. I've seen you, I believe, in Shawa's channel or Just Do or maybe both. God bless you, fellas. Every single one of you. I appreciate you all. We are back, fellas. You better believe it. We're going to be calling some fights on Saturday, but before that, of course, we are going to do live tomorrow. I'm going live tomorrow around the same time that I did today. And we'll see you soon. Okay, let's leave out with the Lord's Prayer. In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever and ever. Amen. In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Thank you, God, for everything. God bless every single one of you. I hope you're all having a great week and that you all have a great day tomorrow. We will be live again tomorrow night. I guarantee you that. Meantime, stay safe and we shall see you soon. Peace.